Welcome back for the third T10 match of the day. It is the Stars versus Vikings. Stars are batting first. Meidel and Shoaib out there batting, and it will be Talsif to open the bowling from the Kiev end. That's a wide to begin things off in a very traditional Estonian manner. Format might change, but the formula stays pretty much the same. Vikings, two men who are allowed outside the ring are at long on and long off. Talsif comes in again, much better ball, just push to point. They're going to come through for one. This should be a much closer match than the previous one in this competition. So we've got one team who were in T20 Division 1 and one in Division 2. Full. And he's going to pick out the man at long on for one. But the Viking Stars were really pushed for promotion in the T20 league. Talsif into Meidel. That's another wide. Whereas the Rising Stars only just scraped survival. We'll see who will come out in front in the T10 format. Talsif with an appeal, looked high. Scamper through for what should be a leg by, and it is signalled by umpire Tim Cross. Amazingly wearing an Aston Villa top despite their results yesterday. So comes Talsif again. This one is lofted. That's a nice shot. Sounded fantastic off the bat. That was all middle and all six. Went a long way over the 50-metre boundary. Excellent way for Shoaib to get off the mark. Actually, that was his second scoring shot due to the single earlier. So Talsif in again. He goes wide-ish, cut away. The fielder's going back for it, but he can't get to it. Looking for two. No, they should get back. So Talsif should only have the one more ball remaining as Meidel gets a little bit of attention to his helmet, courtesy of the Vikings keeper. Lofts this one, fielder coming around, can't get his hand to it. So they just pick up the one run, and that'll be 13 from the first over. Good start for the Stars. Definitely gets them heading in the direction of a very good score. It looks like Rupam to come on and bowl the next over. Of course, as it's T10, all overs are bowled from the same end. So for the entirety of this match, it will be bowled from the Kiev end. The fielders mostly stay in the same place, and it's the umpires who have to do the majority of the moving. So Rupam coming into Meidel. wraps him on the pads. I'll pick up a leg by. Umpire Savio indicates there. Interesting choice of headwear in a white ball cricket match for an umpire. Rupam in again. He wraps him on the back leg. No appeal. So the Stars are really racking up the leg buys here. But collect the runs any way you can. Another single to the total. Rupam into Shoaib. Dances down and he finds the gap and he finds 4 runs. Good step forward. Turned it into a half volley. Got the reward for his effort. Vikings are going to have to try to turn some of those balls they've wrapped the batters on the pads into actual wicket-taking chances. Oh, there's another one. It's beaten everybody and it's gone for 4. I didn't notice any signal from the umpire if it was byes. So it looks like it's been given to the bat. Shoaib adding another boundary to his name. The Stars have got a very healthy looking score here so far. Can Rupam come back here? Outside off. Big swing and a miss from Shoaib. It's not going to be a dot ball that it should have been, as the batters get through for a bye. They are fully embracing the score any way you can philosophy that very much works for T10. 25 runs after just 2 overs. Although earlier today, we did see the Vikings scored 25 off their first over against the Stallions in the first match this morning. It still went on to lose via a golden ball. So the new bowler will be Saqib. Batter appears to be doing up his shoelaces. Dave Rodson is saying he wants to add a shoelace counter every time a batter, or any fielder I guess, has to draw up their shoelaces. The Vikings are all looking quite static and quiet in the field. Saqib comes into Shoaib. Big swing and a miss. Much needed dot ball for the Vikings. They'll enjoy that. So I'll hope that the next time Saqib gets the batter to miss, he'll hit the stumps. Strays and just effortlessly guided to the boundary there by Shoaib. Picks up another 4. Showing that you don't need to use brute force to get boundaries in T10. Guided into the gap and the runs will come. Saqib comes in once more. Straight to one. It's been picked up and plonked. I think it's landed just inside the boundary. The umpires are looking at each other and the fielder signals 6. It's landed just over. Eagle Eyes Dave was straight on the money saying it was a 6. Shoaib is taking a real liking to Sakib. Can the bowler come back this time? Strays down leg side for a wide. It's one way to prevent a boundary. But it does mean you've got to bowl another one. If you put it in the slot for him, he's going to put you out of the park. He's gone the wide route yet again. He's not straying down there by much, but it is enough. Perhaps he's going with the old philosophy, if I don't allow the batter to get bat on ball for a few, when I force him to play for the next one, I might be able to get a mistake out of him. So he's now coming over the wicket. That's flicked away, and that is 4. Anything in that arc, and Shoaib is just dispatching to the boundary. I hope the players from the NATO battle group are watching, because this is the way to play T10. Sakib in again to Shoaib. And Shoaib goes to similar territory, but he's mishit this one, so he's not going to pick up a boundary. They are getting back for 2. That's well run. The fielder out in the deep wasn't the quickest onto it, and the throw was not the best at all. So Shoaib retains the strike. Should only be one more ball here in the battle between Sakib and Shoaib, but that Shoaib is winning handsomely. Short, pulled, and there's a fielder right there. One bounce. Probably did the right thing, erring on caution, to just go for protecting the boundary rather than coming in for the catch. That's now 44 for none after 3. The good thing for the Vikings is that's the end of the power play. So Model's getting a change of helmet. So far, all he's really needed to use it for is to limit his view of the run-scoring efforts of his partner. But I'm sure that's about to change. And he'll get a little bit more face. So with the power play being over, the Vikings have spread the field. Long off, long on, a cow corner. Deep square leg. And there is a man backward of square leg who's inside the ring. In addition to a gully who's on the circle. A man in cover. And then a deep cover who is not actually on the rope. He's about 2.5 meters inside. We'll see if he actually gets back on it once the bowler starts to come in. And the new bowler is Itisham. Handy bowler for the Vikings. Was someone who was picking up wickets in the T20 league. See if he can continue that in this format. He comes in to Shoaib. It's in the air. There's a fielder underneath it, and he takes the catch. So, Itisham gets the breakthrough for the Vikings. And it is the man they wanted. The man who was getting all the runs. Shoaib departs for a very well-earned 33 from 14 deliveries. Four fours and 2 sixes in amongst all of that. But he's got his team off to a good start. Now it's up to his teammates to continue it. New batter coming to the crease is Sheben. He will, of course, be on strike, as the laws have all been greatly simplified. Batter gets out, the new batter goes to the end that the batter who was out was at. So can Itisham strike again? Outside off, it's in the air. Fielder is underneath it again, and it's a cover catch. And he keeps himself inside the rope as well. So it's 2 and 2 balls from Itisham. The power play was all the Stars, but after it, it's heading towards the Vikings' direction. Some would say it's often rare to get 2 high catches in a whole match in Estonian cricket, let alone 2 and 2 balls. But the Vikings have only had a couple of chances and they've taken them both. Sheben departs for a golden duck. Conference going on between the umpires. So Itisham's on a hat trick, and the man who has to try to prevent it is Nazmul Haq. The Vikings not bringing in the field much. The mid-wicket is coming into a catching position, and the gully's coming in a little bit. Itisham on a hat trick, flights it up, it's outside off, and it's wide. Those of betting persuasion could have put their house on that happening, as that's the way it mostly goes in Estonian cricket. A hat-trick ball will be a wide. Ooh, Itisham follows it up with a much better ball. Asmal pulls this one and will just pick up the 1 run. So Itisham comes in again to Meidel. Outside off, cuts away, it's caught and it's out. Straight to the fielder at point. Itisham with a 3rd wicket in his first over. And on the Stars, who started off so brightly, are fading away. All thanks to the bowling of Itisham and the ability of the Vikings to hold their catches. It's been a fantastic over from Itisham so far, and it's not quite over. He's still got 1 more ball to go. So he'll get a chance to bowl at Nahid, the new batter. He has a glance around. And here comes Itisham. Pulled, oh, just wide of the mid-wicket fielder. Nahid will pick up 1. And Itisham's over comes to an end. 3 for 3 from the 1 over. He's completely turned this game around. It was all Stars. Now it's honours even. With a lot resting on this pair for the Stars. He starts off with a wide. Badril. Thanks. Did look a bit like an effort ball, and most effort balls this level go for wide. That one is also wide, and it's gotten past the keeper. But both batters were a little bit asleep, not able to take advantage. A little better from Badril this time. Big swing and a miss from the head, and the keeper takes it. The head's only got one thing on his mind, and that's smashing it straight towards the sportsbet.io container. Another big swing and a miss from the head. He was tried to go straighter this time. It was a very nice, elegant stance he held after the shot, but it's not much good to you if you don't get bat on ball. Flicks this one just to the fielder at mid-wicket. Once Badril's gotten his line right, he's doing very well for his team. 3 dot balls in a row. This one's in the air, it's going to clear the fielder, and that's 6. Nahid finally gets hold of one and gets the runs he's been after. Just leant into it, hitting it straight over the head of the man at long on. Badril coming in once more. Strays down leg side for a wide. But a ball straight to the mid-wicket, who's thrown it to the wrong end. If he threw it, he stops it very well with his foot. And if he'd looked and thrown it to the bowler, there would have been a run-out chance, as Nazmul was well out of his ground, whereas Nahid had not moved. Full from Badril. It's hit towards the fielder, but it's just out of reach. That will be 6. I do feel like the fielder should have made a bit more of an effort. Didn't get off the ground much at all, and it did look like he got fingertips to it. It's 6 runs, so it's 15 coming off Badril's over. The Stars 62 for 3 after 5. A bit of a resuscitation to their innings in that over after the previous one from Itisham where they lost 4 wickets. That man is back now, looking to see if he can get a Michelle. He's not going to get it well bowling wides. It's been called a no ball. I thought it had actually landed on the carpet. The umpire saying it maybe it landed just on the edge. So it will be a free hit. And It goes sailing over the long off head for 6. Rolling a little bit to the left of our commentary hut. Nazmul taking full advantage of the free hit to go aerial and go big. So here comes Itisham. Much better ball. Underside of the bat. Just goes to the mid-wicket fielder. Cut away. And that will be 4. Nazmal's making it look easy against Itisham when 4 of his fellow teammates fell victim to Itisham's bowling. Itisham at the start of this over had figures of 3 for 3. It's now already ballooned out to 3 for 14. So it's to the fielder who's lurking just inside the boundary, deep cover. So Itisham to Nahid. Nahid is going to go after Itisham here. He's not got any fear. Lofts it up. It's hit in the air. His mitt's hit, so it's going to land very safe. Nahid will pick up 1. So safe that Itisham had to do the fielding himself just outside the 30-yard circle. So Itisham to Nazmul now. Pulls this one away. There's a fielder coming around and he can't stop it. 4 runs. And that's the end of Itisham's spell. One half was fantastic. The other half, not so great. The Tallinn Stars, 79 for 3 after 6 overs. The devastating Itisham over, where they lost those 3 wickets, will just seem like a speed bump in the innings now. Especially if Nazmul and Nahid can stay out there for a couple more overs and keep banging the boundaries. So Tausif is coming back to bowl. Driven by Nahid, stopped just inside the boundary by the fielder at cow corner. 1 more to the score. Tausif reps Nazmul on the pad. Fielders at long on and cow corner with appeals. That's pretty much all you need to know about whether that was possibly LBW or not. Here comes Tausif. Outside off, driven. And he split the 2 fielders. The long on and the cow corner. And he's got 4 more. Perfectly placed to divide them. Nazmul coming down the crease, down the wicket I should say. Basically turns what should have been an easy ball into a swing and a miss, and a much needed dot ball for the Vikings. As he drives that one into his back leg. Goes down on his haunches. Ask the umpire, is that one to go? So Telsif into Nazmul. In the air. There's a fielder underneath it. And it's gone. Nazmul departs for a good little cameo of 20 from 13. Telsif picking up a wicket. The last ball of the 7th over. Stars now 84 for 4. And the Vikings showing that they're a team who can hold their catches. New batter in for the Stars is Animal. But he will be at the non-striker's end as the wicket fell on the last ball of the over. It will be Rupam to come back into the bowling attack. Bowling to Nahid. Short, wraps him on the leg. Umpire says it's going down leg. He did step across a fair bit. It's funny how there wasn't actually that much of an appeal for that one. It was way closer than the others that got a few fielders in the deep excited. That one looks very close, and he's given. Yeah. Even from the commentary box on our slant angle, that looked pretty good. No surprise that the umpire put the finger up. So Rupam removes Nahid. Stars now 5 down. And Partha will be the new batter to join Animal. So there'll be 2 batters in the middle, neither of whom have yet to face a ball. This topsy-turvy innings from the Stars. No idea where it's going to end up. It's just as likely for them to all be out now, out for less than 100 as for 120. Rupam hits Partha in the stomach. He's rubbing away at his gut there. He's still going, and he's having another rub. And another. Partha must believe that perhaps he believes he's a reincarnation of Buddha and he's rubbing his belly for luck. If this one fielder's coming in, oh, he's put it down. He did well to get there, but he was taking it. He was still on the move as he tried to take it, and he's put it down, grasped it. So Vikings showing that they can drop catches. Rupam to Animal now. Oh, just over the top of middle stump there. That's twice in 2 balls where Rupam has nearly gotten another wicket. I really feel he deserves a second. But he should only have one more delivery in which to get it, if he can. It was on the stumps. Animal just able to pick it out and pick up one run to get himself off the mark. 86 for 5 after 8 overs. For a team who at one stage looked like 150 was on, it's now the Stars battling just to get to 3 figures. Badrell is back into the bowling attack. Making an adjustment and putting in a deep mid-wicket on the boundary. And the square leg is coming in. This is now hit just wide of that square leg fielder who tries to do some fancy footwork and fails. But they just get the one run. Badrell into Partha now. It's wide-ish of off stump. He's managed to get the bat to it. And it's gone flying back the other way. The keeper's taken it on the leg side of the stumps. Full toss, pulls away, gets it past square leg, and fielder at deep mid-wicket manages to cut it off. But they do get back for 2. It was good hustle by the man at deep mid-wicket. Badrell. Path plays that one quite late. Badrell into Animal. On the stumps, driven away. Cow corner fielder comes in, bowls it in. One more to the score. Oh, he's smashed that into himself and he's hurt himself and he's gone running so wide. Badrell lying on the ground had a good effort at the stumps. If he had a hit, I'm sure Partha would have been out. He's not rubbing his leg, but that did look like it would have hurt. 92 for 5 after 9. Rana's going to come on to bowl the last over of the innings. Neither of these two batsmen have been able to hit a boundary so far in this innings. If they want to get to 100, you'd think they'd have to get at least one. It's in the air, the keeper's turned, he's going back, but he can't get to it. The Vikings will be very happy with every ball that is only a single. Rana coming into Animal. Wide-ish and called wide by the umpire. Full toss outside of off and called wide. So Rana doing his best to help the Stars get to triple figures. Full outside off again, hit straight back to Rana. He got that.
Oh, he's got it.
And he's been given run out. He couldn't take the catch, but he's kept his calm and nerve to follow up with the ball, and he's run him out. The really important thing for the Vikings there is that he's turned it into a dot ball. So Animal departs being run out for 3. The umpires had a conversation, and they're now gone and had conversation with the Vikings captain, and there's some gesturing in the direction of the wicketkeeper. I have absolutely no idea what all the drama is about, but at the end of the day, Animal has been run out and Riaz is the new batter. Now umpire Tim Cross is jogging off the field for some reason. He's explaining something to the scorers. Why neither of the umpires have got walkie-talkie on them, I don't know. But then again, I also don't know why either of them are not wearing the umpire shirt, or why one of them is wearing a white hat in a white ball cricket match. I just don't know anything really. Rana wants to bowl before the square leg umpire is back into place. In the air, and Shaq takes the catch. So, this is what I think has happened. The previous ball, no, I'll forget that. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. There was a point where I thought I saw them indicate something, and then something else. And
I think it was a free hit.
And he's then been run out?
Yeah. I think it was a no ball.
If he was, yeah. So I think the previous ball was actually a no ball. I did think I saw Tim explaining that, and that's what the long conversation was about. So then when the catch was taken, he wasn't out. The thing is that if the batter stopped running because he mistakenly thought he was out, he cannot be run out. Umpires are supposed to immediately go, I see what happened there. He stopped because he forgot it was a free hit. He mistakenly thought he was out. And the modern instruction is all that you can't be out, run out.
How is it the fielder's fault that he's too stupid to remember it?
If I answer you, I'm having a one-sided conversation
It's
to...
not working. No one can hear me. I keep getting messages saying... No. Even before, I kept getting messages saying, oh, your headset's not working. We'll try again.
The levels look fantastic.
I know, but kept getting messages saying, can't hear you, Robbo.
I can hear you on my headphones.
Inside edge, that should run away. Fielder's after it, and looks like he'll cut it off. Yeah, no, I honestly don't understand that, because if the batter's been told it's a free hit, how is it the fielding team's fault that he's forgotten it's a free hit?
Yeah, I'm not saying it is their fault. I'm just saying that
If you're dumb enough to
all the
stop running,
directives are now that...
as usual, looking after the batters. Not like they've got don't have enough advantages in T10.
Drives this one very straight. Fielder should cut it off and does so.
All right, so they've got 2 balls to get to 100. I'm not. I wouldn't have backed him, to be honest, but it's an interesting over.
Yeah. It's
And
down leg side.
He managed to get his pad on it, I think.
Yeah.
Should be a leg by. Yep. Turned a wide into a leg by. So last ball coming up there. I've reached 100.
Running into Riaz. Dances down the wicket, chips it.
No, just short. Get a single. 101. So lowest score.
Lowest first innings score so far. Mm-hmm. Shoaib with a good 33, Nazmul with the 20, and Head 15. Itisham's 3 for 20. The standout still really for that innings, although his 2 different overs were very different. 3 for 3 in one, and none for 17 in the other. So that's the innings break. We'll be back with you in about 10 minutes' time to see if the Vikings can chase it down and be the victors in this match. Rupam just slaps that one to the fielder in the covers after starting off the run chase with a boundary off the bowling of Riaz. Salman now on strike. And he lofts this one. Shoaib's underneath it and he takes the catch. That's the first breakthrough for the Stars. Salman departs for a golden duck. So not the start the Vikings would have wanted. The first two balls were fine. I think they would much preferred if one of their openers had stayed there longer than just the one delivery. That brings new batter out, Sakib. One of the bigger men in Estonian cricket.
I don't think he's going to be worried by a 50-metre boundary, let's put it that way.
No. So, Riaz into Sakib.
Just flick the thigh on the way through.
The batters have a little conversation. Sakib saying, "Oh, I was just trying to flick it off."
Whee.
Hits that one straight over the bowler's head for 4. It's going to run straight into the commentary hut. Heard the little donk. Fielder comes and collects it. Should we hand out fines for damaging the commentary hut?
I'm not going to touch that, Terry, because it sounds like tempting fate. I think they're going to have enough fines to pay this weekend, the teams.
Drives that one, but Schaub is there to do the fielding, but not a very good throw. It's gone through the bowler, the keeper. Thankfully, someone else was there backing up.
Ten off for first, so
On par.
just about where they need to be. But the wicket will be the concern.
And
Sheben going with spin.
I found out some information during the break. In the last 10 matches that have been played on this ground, and specifically ground 1, in the first 10 overs, so it includes all formats, the average first inning score has been 145 from 10 overs. The average second inning score has been 108. A massive difference, but enough for the Vikings.
It also says that our bowling is really bad.
Well, not the teams who have been bowling second necessarily.
Well, I still think
Yeah,
it's
actually,
still not
yeah,
great.
yeah. I was focused too much on the difference between the two, but yeah, no, you're right. And the thing is that would also include the 2 Baltic Cup match, well, the 2 friendly matches against Iceland. Good start from Sheben. In the air, he just picked the gap. The fielder's making a bit of a meal of it. He basically skips over the ball rather than stopping it. So 4 more to Sakib.
Sheben looking pained by that fielding effort.
So he should.
By the captain down at mid-on. Here we go. Full toss, Shaki. Oh, he's lucky he didn't get too much of it because it was straight to Shoaib on the bounce.
It seemed like he thought, oh, well, if he's going to attempt fielding like he did on the previous ball, I can hit it straight at him. But this time Shoaib was up to the task. Oh.
It's actually Meidel behind the stumps. I'm not sure he's done a lot of keeping.
He wasn't really...
get his body behind it, but I don't think his gloves were very close.
No.
So Rupam hit some good shots earlier. See if he can get onto a few. Ooh.
Late cut there. Fielder at Gully's able to prevent any runs.
I think they need to push a bit harder between the wickets here. Fielder's on the circle. You should be able to get a single to him. Nice
And just
bowling.
blocks this one back. Apparently there is still a place for the forward defensive in T10 cricket.
Had a couple of leaves earlier as well.
Ooh.
Don't see that very often in T10.
No.
Nice tidy over there from Shepin. Wouldn't have been, should have been just the 4 off it. No. Yep. Should have been 3 off it, but captain letting through that 4, so goes for 6.
16 for 1 after 2.
Nazmul, I think, now.
Yep.
With his weird round the wicket angled in run up. That makes absolutely no sense.
A slower one.
That's the result.
It's going to be a wide. 2 wides. Good running between the wickets there from the batters that time. I think they've cottoned on the fact that the person behind the stumps, all the protective gear on, is not actually a wicketkeeper.
Yeah.
Oh, big appeal, but he's coming around the
definitely
wicket,
outside
so
leg.
he's not going to get anything.
Definitely outside leg. I think the bowler knows it.
Dave's on a straighter angle than I am, and from mine, I couldn't tell, but as soon as the fact he's going around the wicket like that, thought there's no chance.
Bowling from very wide on the crease as well. And Crossy is not one to play with geometry.
He does have the air of a geometry teacher about him.
Mm-hmm. Many of the conversation I've heard him have with Richard Parkin about left arm around the wicket getting LBWs. Full toss. Shaki's got onto that, and that is going to
6.
go. Oh, he's dropped.
It was very, very high, and all of a sudden it just stopped travelling horizontally and dropped straight to the fielder who was there for it, but he couldn't hold it.
Didn't move at all. He was right underneath it.
I think the main problem was that he'd already given up the ghost and just assumed it was going to be 6 the same as I did, and then suddenly he was like, oh shit, the ball's falling in front of me.
Oh, nicely whipped off the pads there from Rupam. And this is just continuing this weird round the wicket that just, it doesn't work. All you're doing is you're bowling into the pads constantly.
Yeah, and that's where the vast majority of batters in this league like it and will be able to score from.
Oh, wow.
This one's not got legs either, but it's going to be 4.
They need to hit a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
Hitting very high on these short boundaries.
You don't need to hit high.
No.
Coming off the bat, that one and Shaq's earlier one, they both looked like they were going to be good, but they just don't go the distance. But both batters are still there to see if they can learn from those situations.
Well, again, you're not going to get an LBW when you're bowling around the wicket and you're pitching short of a leg. Like,
Yeah.
it's not possible for the ball to not pitch outside leg if it's going to hit the stumps.
Yeah. There's been a handful of top-class bowlers who have been able to get balls to pitch in line and come back when they're bowling around the wicket, but that's a handful at the very top of the cricketing pyramid. Once you get below that, forget about it.
You don't tend to see a lot of seam movement on these pitches.
No.
And most bowlers aren't going to swing it enough to straighten it that much either.
Exactly.
Shebin will bowl out here. As we had a very enthusiastic Range Rover owner driving past the field. Can only assume he's a huge Estonian cricket enthusiast.
Well, why wouldn't you be?
There's so many of them, Terry.
Indeed. Umpire's just checking the number of fielders outside the ring. Shebin coming around.
Worked off the stumps. Behind square. Who've had a double football effort from the two fielders on the boundary. They basically kicked it to each other.
They thought they'd just play a little bit of pass them back.
One kicked it to stop it going over the boundary to the other one who then kicked it to stop it so he could pick it up. Short, but again nice and straight. Cramping Shaki for room. He's a big man. He wants to free those arms.
Those long levers, as the Australian commentators like to say these days.
Yeah. It's just slightly more impressive sounding than long arms, I guess.
And you were talking about should always be getting one when you hit it to a man on the edge of the ring. Well, they got one then, and it didn't get anywhere near the edge of the ring. It wasn't like the fielder had much work to do to get to it, so some good hustle.
Oh, nice length from Shebin, right up in the block hole. Rupam able to dig it out. And another single.
Yeah, Shebin's putting on a good display here of exactly how you should bowl in T10.
Yeah, they need another couple of bowlers to do the same thing though here if they're in for any chance. Short, and Shaki can't get onto it. Looks like he was surprised by the short one.
Yeah.
Shebin does bowl with a bit more pace than your normal spinner. So it can surprise you. Shaki unable to get much on that one.
He also gets a fair good amount of bounce out of it rather than it skidding so much.
Oh, that's high. There's no one
No,
there.
he is nowhere near it.
It's going to be coming back now. They hesitated, but he would have been out.
And again, we've seen another poor throw.
Oh, can he get around on the third? So, not great running, not great fielding, not great throwing. We'll forget that one, I think. End of over number 4. Shebin finishes with none for 13 from his 2 overs, so good job there for his team.
Yeah, like you said, they now need one or two others, to step up and do similar to what Shebin's produced if they're going to be able to defend this, because the Vikings only needing 66 from 36. And you would definitely say that as long as these two are there, they shouldn't have much problem in getting it.
The boundaries have dried up a little, so they probably need to just try and get back on top of the bowlers here a little bit. Ria's coming back. That's a big one.
6.
That is gone.
You talked before about they need to start hitting flatter.
Yep,
there it is.
Much better. That was probably 15, 20 metres over the boundary.
Yeah, I think that one would have been a 6, no matter what the format we were playing here.
So Riaz immediately under pressure here. And
All four of the fielders are between long on and square leg, the four on the boundary. He drives this on the outside, where the fifth fielder outside the ring is. Forgotten the head was hiding over there.
So let's see what Shaki can do. Oh, that's a nice full ball, and he's tried to hoik it on the leg side. Just a little inside edge and no run. Maybe a slower ball there from Riaz.
Did look like it. So Riaz into Sakib again. In the air, straight. Fielder's coming
Shoaib
around.
Takes it. Great catch, Shoaib. Was on the move. I think you just got the top of his head on the screen running round.
And the thing was that he had to run about 6-7 metres, and the entire time he was running towards the ball, he just looked completely confident of, this is mine. I've got this. So Shaq departs.
Bit of a blow for the Vikings. Rupam's still looking good though.
Riaz coming back to get the second wicket of the innings for the Stars.
Shahnawaz now coming out to join Rupam. Was kept quiet this morning. Be looking to get some runs now for his team. 59 more needed in 32 balls. They're still on top here, the Vikings, but...
Looked like Tim Cross was trying to explain how to play straight to Rupam.
I don't think Tim Cross is the one you should be listening to batting tips. Oh.
Full, doesn't get hold of it. I'll just get one run.
Barely get one.
Yeah.
He nearly ran out. He fell over when he played the shot. By the time he got up and got to the other end, I think he would have been run out if it was a good throw.
Looking at the soles of his shoes to see if there was actually any tread whatsoever, and he's rubbing them on the grass and picking.
That'll help.
Well, I think he's managed to get one of the few remaining dirt patches there.
Full toss. That's very high. Shoaib's coming in, but he won't get there. Just falls in the gap, and I think he's saying to the bowler, "That should have been your catch." I don't think anyone was catching that one.
No.
Now, is he going to come on over bowl himself?
Yeah.
I think he is. So he throws the ball through his hat to hit, and in the process threw the ball over the boundary, but fortunately, ball is dead.
We've had a hat flying, ball flying, sunglasses flying.
You're a mess, Shoaib. Demanded a new profile picture today, so I'll get that one up for him. This is my one real question with Rising Stars, is they can really struggle with over 8.
Yeah, he's taking a long time to get this field set.
I do wonder if they're ever going to fail to get their 10 overs in time. As he pitches that up, he's got that nice and flat, and that's easily 6. Again, didn't get 2 under it, so cleared the boundary really easily.
Cleared the logs, crossed the road, through the long grass. Fielder's going to have to go for a little bit of an adventure. And he's found it nice and quickly.
Just a bit of a loosener there from Shoaib, and Rupam is looking ominous.
So the Vikings are at the halfway point.
Shoaib just telling Nazmor to stay at the logs. Another one. Oh. Fielders were slow to get off moving, but
Yeah.
just
The only fielder on the leg side inside the ring is at the 45. Every other man on that side of the field is on the boundary. And there are 3 men on the circle, on the offside. From backward of point through to covers. Strays down leg side for a wide.
Midle does everything he can to get something behind it. It certainly wasn't going to be the gloves, so he sacrificed a thigh. Won't be thanking his skipper for that one. Quicker one. Dropped on the offside and through for a single. And
another wide throw, but they're not able to capitalise.
Not a lot of backing up going on.
Yeah. If you can manage to pierce that inner ring field on the offside, it should be a boundary.
Leggy. And he's picked it. And right over the fielder. Straight over his head for 6.
Yeah. Rupam was not intimidated at all.
Yeah.
He saw that one out of the hand and said, "Thank you, I'll have that."
We did talk to Shoaib when he was in the national squad about not bowling that leg spin. Because it does invariably go for runs, but here it is again, and it's gone again, long way.
This one's gone a lot further.
Huge. Yeah, put it away, Shoaib.
Rupam enjoying what he's been fed here. He moves to 45 from his 18.
3 sixes in the over.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball left.
He's got to hope he hasn't smacked Shoaib out of the game. Surely he wants him to come back for a second.
I don't think it's going to happen.
He just guides this one away, looking to pick up the single and retain the strike for the next over. Smart batting from Rupam. Vikings 67 for 2 after 6 overs. Looking like they're in the driver's seat, cruising to victory. But if the Stars can remove Rupam, they might be able to put the brakes on so as to be able to defend this total. Of course, we'll have one more match today live from Tiskre in the men's T10 competition. It will be the EFPE battle group from the NATO base. They'll be taking on the Stars. So Partha to bowl, Rupam on strike.
Oh.
Short outside of off stump.
Oh, good fielding effort. He's got a hand on it and he stopped the 4. They're going to come back for 2. Save 2 runs there. That was looking like 4 all the way and probably should have been a wide if he...
Oh, it absolutely would have been a bad. Rupam was chasing it, wanting the boundary instead.
Full toss, absolutely smashed, and that'll be his 50.
Yeah.
Good way to bring it up. 21 balls. A little bit slow. Feel like he was quicker this morning.
There aren't that many people here who I think could make that comment, but after your knock on Friday evening, you deserve to be able to regard a 21 ball 50 as slow. That's wide.
Dear Midle can't stop it. They'll get through for 1.
Yeah, nothing on Midle that time. That was all Partha's fault for bowling such an atrocious ball.
We had a sub 20 ball 50 from Sahil earlier. Oh,
hit away.
smashed
That's
that.
4. 4 maybe, is it 6? No, it's 4. I was just trying to get my head round to the side window in time to see it.
Shahnawaz gets in on the action.
Yeah.
Yes, Sahil was very impressive this morning.
Do you recall how many balls you took to rack up 50 on Friday?
No idea.
I was commentating it and I can't remember.
I was batting, so I wasn't counting.
Yeah.
I feel like the second 50
The second 50 was a lot quicker.
Than the first 50.
Yes.
Oh, it's a lovely shot. No, he's not going to get that.
Yep. 4 more.
Another beautiful shot from Shanawaz showing what he can do. The first 5 overs are pretty scratchy. Thank God for 50-metre boundaries. Wasn't really until Gould came onto bowl that I started hitting the middle. Oh, it's a swing and a miss, and looks like it's just got inside the line.
See, Tim Cross was really
thinking about it.
ahhing.
42-run partnership off 13 balls from these two, so that's certainly moving.
Yep.
Play and a miss there from Shanawaz to finish the 7th over. And it's just 17 required now from the final 3. Is Shoaib brave enough to bowl?
It depends.
Yep.
I was just going to say, it depends.
Yes.
Does he want to get home early? Does he want to get it done and dusted in 1 over?
Well, he can't go. He's got to play the next game. Partha with 18 off his over. Just a little bit wayward. Shoaib here. Rupam on strike. 3 hits away.
So, Rupam does not even need to do anything as good as he did against Shoaib the previous over when he hit him for 22.
Leg side, and he's whipped it, but straight to the fielder. Well fielded there on the circle.
Yeah, perfectly picked him out.
Yeah, I think a metre either side, and he had 4.
Yeah, because it was really raced off the bat.
And now it's sent back to the boundary for Shanawaz.
See what Shanawaz can do to Shoaib.
Just whips him off the pads.
And 4. Puts it between the man back with a square leg. It was on the boundary and the deep mid wicket.
After a bit of a slow start, Shanawaz now is really starting to motor. Slow start in T10 terms.
Yeah.
He's only been there for 7 balls.
He also just, the first couple of balls, he just pushed a single and got Rupam back on strike. So he was just playing an intelligent innings.
Oh, there we go.
That's 6.
That is definitely 6. So 6 more required. And I don't think we're going to make it to the 10th over here.
Nope. It's going to take an absolute miracle. The only question really that remains now is, will Shanawaz try to get all 6 with the very next delivery?
Well, I know what I'd be doing. I think everyone knows what I'd be doing. Then.
My money is on yes.
Well, if he tosses it up like that again, I think...
it's pretty much if Shoaib bowls it anything like any of the balls he's bowled so far, Shanawaz is going to go after it.
I reckon this will be the quicker one. No, it's
the
really
one.
loopy one. That's gone a mile. That is huge. Lands
Yep.
next to the commentary box, and that is game, set, and match.
I would have predicted it would have been Rupam who was the one to bring up a flurry of 6s to finish it, but it's Shanawaz with a massive 6.
Finishes with 26 off 9.
Yeah. Slow starter.
Rupam 55 off 22. So a good day for him with the bat. And the Vikings, after going so close against the Stallions earlier, losing on a golden ball, pick up their first win of the T10 comp, beating the Stars, who now back up against the NATO side. So we will be back in an hour for that match. See you then.
See ya.